In order to perform well in a rising interest rate environment, the first risk that you shouldn't be taking is significant duration risk. So our duration risk, even though we have 82% of the portfolio in cash flow generative strategies, is fairly close to zero. If you contrast this to most bond indices, they have 3, 5, or 7 years duration. So we're starting with low duration. On top of that, 40% of the portfolio on a look-through basis is floating rate. So unlike many fixed income strategies or other hedge fund strategies, we're actively rooting for the Fed to hike. That being said, we still think the Fed's only going to hike 2 more times this year, but if we're wrong and they hike 4 times, that would actually benefit the portfolio. And if you look at the last 18 months, even though the spreads of some of the securities we own have tightened a bit and prices have gone up, we still have stayed fairly constant at an 8% loss adjusted yield, partially because every time the Fed has hiked, that's led to additionally more cash flow. So from our standpoint, there's no strategy or asset class that's completely immune to interest rates going up. If the Fed were to hike by 100 or 200 basis points overnight and the 10-year Treasury went to 6%, most strategies would lose money. But in our case, unless it's a dramatic, unforeseen increase, we think we have very little risk to that scenario.
All investments are subject to risk, including the possible loss of the money you invest. For more information about SkyBridge Multi-Advisor Hedge Fund Portfolios Series G and the SkyBridge G2 Fund, call 1-888-759-2730 to obtain a prospectus. Investment objectives, risks, charges, expenses, and other important information about a fund are contained in the prospectus. Read and consider it carefully before investing. This webcast is for educational purposes only. We recommend that you consult a professional advisor about your individual situation.